Pardon the interruption yet again. We will bring you back to the Sadhu Da experience here in a second. However, we have a very special guest with us today, and we wanted to interrupt the programming because it's just too important not to. Like I mentioned before, we are at Spirit Fest USA here at Dulles Expo Center in Chantilly, Virginia, just outside of DC. And with us today now is Mary Lawton Johnson, who is also known as Mary the Medium.
Or like I'm thinking, Mary the chic medium. Like you're all styling with your hair and your. Oh.
Thanks, guys. I have a wad of jewelry, and I'm like pulling it. Like, what am I wearing?
That's why I try to keep Karen away from these places, because she comes home with a wad of jewelry.
I come with an empty backpack.
Right?
Always wondered why until suddenly it's like, oh, that's
no,
why.
dummy.
This is the first time I ever wore this shirt in like 20 years.
Really?
Wow.
I bought it out in Pebble Beach when I was working out there years ago. Yeah. I figured, hey, it matches the booth.
Yeah. And it gives you a little bit of a golden glow about you. So it's perfect. Yeah. All right. So, Mary, you are a medium, but you're not just any medium.
No.
You're the number 3 in the world. Is that right?
That is correct.
Wow.
So who determines that? And how can I be one?
How can you be one?
Yes.
Yeah, right. I wasn't expecting it. Top10.com decided I needed that title.
Wow.
And I'm like, whoa, what did I do? Well, apparently finding the missing in foreign countries deserved that title.
Okay, so let's dive into that a little
Yes.
bit, because that's kind of your specialty, right? You are
Right.
missing persons expert. Like you,
So cool.
right?
Well, it was a gift so I was born this way.
Mhm.
Okay. I didn't develop my gifts, 5 years of age, covering myself up every night, trying to hide from the dark shadows at the end of my bed.
Oh God, that's scary.
Sleeping with the lights on, which I do to this day.
Wow.
Oh yeah, all the lights have to be on all over the house.
And now we're going to
Wow.
tonight. Thank you for that, Mary.
So anyway, I was born with this gift. I had an identical twin sister who was also born with the gift. And so typically my gift was being able to capture souls on the other side, the former human beings,
Mhm.
okay, their spirit, on video. Like,
You can capture them on video.
oh yeah.
What does that look like?
It looks like, okay, for instance, I have a photo on my phone from Salem. I went to Salem not knowing where I was. I was totally lost. So I figured, this is a cool graveyard. I'm just going to walk around and say, click, 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 click. Here plays out the Salem witch trials right on my phone.
Oh my.
I've got a picture of it. And then I went to a plantation in South Carolina because I got called there. They asked me to come.
Mm-hmm.
And what plays out is the KKK hanging a slave boy. Right?
Oh my.
Got a picture of that.
And does
a
it look like a
slave-
regular picture? Like you
Yeah.
can see the faces and
And then a slave hanging from a tree.
oh my gosh.
Okay, so all right, I realized it's not my phone because I refused to trade my phone in when it died.
Right.
It wasn't
Like a magical phone. No, that's staying with
No,
me.
you're not taking my phone, people. It was me.
Yes. Yeah.
And so that's one gift. And when I came out with my gift years ago, now remember, guys, I'm from the Deep South. I hid my gift for
Right.
most of my life.
Yeah, it's
I
a
can understand that.
self-preservation.
Mhm.
It was
mode, yeah.
self-preservation
Sure,
for me and for my family.
Mm.
But when I finally came out with my gift, nobody believed that someone had the ability to do this. And then I'm a retrocognizant medium.
I've never heard
What
of
does
that.
that mean?
Yeah.
It means I can go back into time
Mhm.
to see what happened, who did it, tell you what I'm seeing, like as far as the background, where we are. And then I can draw a map as it relates to missing people, draw a map as to what I see, and then pick pick their souls out on a geographical map using their spiritual imprints.
Wow.
And I never knew I had that
Oh
ability
my gosh.
until I got asked to find this guy missing in Kent, England in 2022, Alex Holland. I said, I'll try, you know. And so as I'm driving down the road, you know, dropping off my cat at the vet, I look up and there's Alex hanging from a street sign, our eyes deadlocked in Florida, our eyes deadlocked.
What?
And I said, oh my God, he moved to Florida and didn't tell anybody. Nope. And I looked in my rearview mirror and he was gone. And I realized he's dead.
Yeah. Was he in the
Wow.
Everglades?
No.
Oh, thank goodness. Because that's like a nightmare of mine. Ending up in the Everglades.
No. So once I
weird.
connect, all I need is a picture.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I need. And I can literally find them on a map.
Are law enforcement officers reaching out to you all the time?
Half of the Kent police force had to take early retirement when I showed up.
Oh no.
Wow.
Because-
So police don't really
Because you can
I
see
do
where the
their
bones are
job.
buried.
do their job.
Mm.
Yeah.
I did their job. Now the,
Faster.
and guys, this is what's so strange is most, and I know why, most of my cases are all overseas.
Got it. You think that people overseas are more open to these types of things than we are
Yeah,
here?
I do. I find that people in the United States have a lot of stigmatism associated with psychic mediums. Well, you know, look, there's a lot of bad ones out there given
That's
There
very
are.
true.
good ones,
There are.
Mhm.
you know, bad impressions, and that shouldn't be the case.
Yeah.
But I have worked with police in the United States.
Mhm.
LA, you know, they were really open to it, but it just depends on the given area.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So getting back to the English guy that you saw hanging from the street sign, how did you know? So you're in Florida and you
Right.
see him, and then he's gone. How do you know where to find him?
So
To tell them.
he showed me a vision. Okay, so once I connect with the family or I have a photo, I will connect with his spirit. Okay, and these are the ones that have passed. I'll connect with his spirit, and he showed me. He took me down a dirt road, and off to the left was this beautiful Gothic church,
Mm.
very different church. And then off to the right was this marshy area, the water, fields, canals. And I'm standing there looking at the church, and he taps me on the shoulder. He goes, "I've got to go." And he walks off to the right.
Mm.
So I knew I was looking for a Gothic church
Mhm.
on the left-hand side and a marshy, watery area on the right. So I had to go to a geographical map and find that.
It's like a needle in a haystack, though, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
It is. I always draw maps based on what I see. I always draw what I see, and then I have to find it on like Google Earth.
I was going to say, I bet Google Earth is your friend.
Yeah, I wish they would update more. And then literally when I'm looking at Google Earth, their soul, their spirit is like glowing.
Wow.
I can feel their energy.
Oh, that's an
Wow.
incredibly representation of how technology is helping now spirituality kind of come
Yeah.
together. Oh.
Yeah.
So now I want to talk about you sleeping with all the lights on.
Yeah.
So
No, why? We got away
Because-
from that. I wasn't thinking about
do,
that
do
anymore.
we have someone here that may have a gift?
Yeah, we think so, but she's
Yeah.
not looking at it for some
Right.
reason.
But so is it because is it scary? These
I have to always be surrounded by light, always.
Huh.
That's like what my soul craves.
okay. So it's not because there's like creepy things floating around your house.
Oh, well.
No, it's no. It's a no. That the answer is
I mean,
no,
they-
Mary.
no, right? But you guys got to know this.
Yeah.
They are there.
Uh,
Yeah, I mean, I have them come into my bedroom. Mar Brown of Atlantic Records did that.
Okay, so it's kind of a
What?
invasion of privacy, right? Anywhere but my bedroom. Well, my bathroom too.
Yeah.
I tell them.
Bedroom, bathroom.
I tell them But guys, when it's a missing person and there's an urgency, they
Oh,
reach out
Okay, in that sense, I
Yeah.
understand. But if it's something that's
But they're not like bad guys. They're just people looking for help.
right,
looking for
Okay.
help.
okay, that's a different story. Yeah,
Right.
I'll accept those.
Right, but I always have to be surrounded in light. You know, it's
Right.
never light enough for me.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So I met a girl yesterday whose mother was kind of like, I don't know what to do. And I said, well, honey, what's going on? And she goes, well, I sleep with all the lights on. I'm like, oh, hello, you're speaking my story now.
Right.
Yeah. And she covers herself up. At night, I have to wear a hoodie to dim the light.
Wow. So
Wh-
that's like an oxymoron, sort of. You need the light, but you can't sleep with the light on. But you need to sleep with the light on.
I have to sleep with the lights on, but the light I'm talking that comes from my crown.
Oh.
That's where my gift is, here and here.
I see.
And then my energy field. Okay, the energy field goes this way.
Okay.
And so when I'm sleeping, because they will tap my bed, shake my bed, they will whisper in my ear, Mary, Mary, you know, like it's Dennis or it's something.
Right.
I'm like, or Mar Brown, for instance, from
Uh-huh.
Atlantic Records, after he died, he was pacing beside my bed out when I was out in California.
Mm.
And I didn't know who he was. So I go, what? I wake up, I go, what? And I said, what's your name? And he goes, Mar. And I said, okay, Mar. I said, what do you want? And I didn't get anything.
Mhm.
So I put a call out on Facebook. I said, guys, I have a spirit in my room. His name is Mar.
Mhm.
Can someone tell me, you know, are you missing a Mar? And so I got two people.
Mm.
One who turned out to be my producer in Hollywood.
Mhm.
Darren goes, what does he look like? I said, he's a beautiful black man, just beautiful African American, dressed really nicely. He goes, what did he do for a living? I said, well, because he only said Mar, he didn't say his last name.
Uh-huh.
And I said, well, he's handing out music tickets. And he's wearing a shiny peach colored jacket and a black turtleneck. I mean, I can see very clearly.
I see
guys.
that. Yeah.
And Darren goes, that was my wife's best friend's husband. I said,
Wow.
who's that? And he goes, Mar Brown of Atlantic Records, who just died of a major coronary like a few days before that. And I said, well, he keeps talking about insurance because I feel like maybe he either sold insurance or he did music in his pastime. No, turns out he had a baby mama and cut his entire family off from the insurance. And so I was supposed to pass a message of he's sorry he did that.
Oh,
He's sorry he cut Victoria off from the insurance.
got it.
Yeah.
I was going to ask why would he come to you if he died of a coronary? He's not
Yeah.
trying to be found, but that
He had
makes
a
sense.
message.
Because of my gift. And spirit always knows the connections.
Right.
Always.
So how do they know to find you?
My light.
Okay.
My light. Now, families, if you have a missing loved one, you can find me at marythemedium.com
Mhm.
or therealmarythemedium@gmail.com.
All right. Well, we're going to add a link to that directly to our show notes. So if you don't have a pen right now, you can always go to Skeptic in a Position, go to her episode. You're going to find that link directly laid in there. So it's easy for you to find. Mary, this has been amazing. You are
So
amazing.
incredible. Yeah.
But it's not only Alex, it was Liam Graham, Glenn, and because I found something that he wrote before his body got hauled away by the murderers. The thing with my gift is I can see who did it too.
Wow. It's a little dangerous, no?
It's very dangerous.
If people know you're doing that, you know.
Yeah. And
So you have bodyguards around you all the time?
no,
You should.
no, I've got angels.
I might. Oh,
Ah,
okay.
There
Yeah.
we go.
I was about
I got
to
angels.
volunteer my services, but no, you got angels. You don't need me.
I got angels, yeah. But there's been a list of people that I found. I just recently drew a map to David Bevan, who went missing in Wales, and
Mm.
2 days later they found him.
Wow. That's incredible.
Amazing.
Yeah. What's your track record? How accurate do you seem to be?
99%. but it's
Wow.
not me.
Yes.
It's spirit.
Yeah. No, I
Yeah,
understand. that.
working through
Yeah.
me.
Yeah. It's your gift. I mean,
It's incredible.
it's amazing that you have this gift, and thank you
Mhm.
for doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
Because it's a great service to
You're helping
humanity.
people.
So
Right.
thank you.
And the thing is, guys, don't pay anybody if you have a missing loved one. Don't pay anybody to find them. You know, I don't charge for that.
What?
No, I
Oh,
don't.
wow.
I do it for free.
Oh my
Wow,
gosh,
that's amazing.
Mary, you were bearing the lead. We got to start with that. She does not charge for that. That's incredible.
Holy cow.
No,
That's an
I
incredible,
don't.
incredible
It really
service. Even
is.
more so now.
Yeah. I never had closure myself on two people in my life. And so I believe that families deserve closure. And, you know, and that's the last thing that somebody should be doing is going up, grabbing their money, saying, I can find your loved one.
Yeah.
I don't believe in that.
Wow.
Wow.
Well,
that's
again,
wonderful.
yeah. Thank you for that, Mary.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
do you guys want to see the photos I'm talking about?
Yes.
I do, but
Okay.
before we do that, I'd never ever want you to look and see who it was drinking the milk carton. Okay, I don't want you to ever look at that. Not because I did it, because just don't do
wanna
that.
know.
Stealing
I
the
wanna know.
cookies.
No, don't. You don't want to know. No, that. Nope, none of that. Okay, Sienna, would you mind grabbing the phone, please?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I gotta. Will you hold the mic?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, this is just absolutely incredible.
Well, because you know they Apple changed this, so now I've got to go to find. Let's see, favorites. Yeah, I went to the museum the other day, and
That must-
the Hope Diamond had.
Right.
Oh my God, it was so negative, guys.
Wow.
There was a spirit attached to it and said, "Why are you here?" Because normally when I go to a place, I go to pull souls out, the good souls, you know.
Mm.
But for them to say that to me, it may take a little bit more time than. Let's see. There we go.
I'm getting ready to freak out.
Oh, this was in my backyard.
That looks like the crow.
No, see,
Yeah.
doesn't that look like
No.
what's his face of Queen?
Freddie Mercury.
Freddie Mercury. And then this is a dead guitar player. Who is that?
Oh, but it looks like the crow, like from the movie The Crow. It looks just
It
like
does
that.
look like the guy.
Yeah.
from the
Okay, so
Crow.
that was in my backyard.
Wow.
Wow.
Okay, that would freak me out. Yeah.
How close?
Sienna,
Sienna.
can you bring that phone up to the camera so folks can see?
Okay.
That
All
is
right,
pretty remarkable.
So, okay, so
Holy
that
cow.
was one. I'm like, why is the leader Freddie Mercury here? I didn't understand that. And so let me see. That was one.
Wow.
And then let me see if I can find. It may take more time, guys. It may
Sure.
because I know you guys are busy and have a lot.
Well,
of,
so are you. It was
I know.
it was quite the challenge getting you in on the seat on this
Oh
chair.
my
So
gosh. Yeah, and here's a video from the plantation. There's a guy hanging from the tree right there speaking, and you can see his head and his face moves. He's speaking in my video. This is live. I mean, and he's asking me, "Are you sure you've got the right guy?"
Oh my gosh.
So
Yeah.
he's earthbound. I don't deal with souls like that.
hmm.
I
Wow.
only deal with good souls. All right, listen. Is there a way that I could? Oh, here you go. Let's see. Here we go. Here's a video of mine. Let's see. Oh, and there's my spirit guide floating back and forth, going, "Pay yourself." I'm like, "No, I'm not."
Whoa.
Yeah, she's floating back and forth, going, "Pay yourself, pay yourself." And I'm like,
Wow.
"Are you tired of working for free, people?" And then,
Wow.
then there was another one. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. This was Liam Graham. Keep your eye right there.
Okay.
Liam Graham. Okay. Hang on. And you'll be able to see him. And like, see how he walks out?
Oh yes. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's in my backyard. He walks out from the tree going, pain, pain.
Oh my gosh.
Wow. I'm Mary. I would not. I'm sorry. I no. Mm-mm. I don't think I can handle that kind
So-
of
Oh
stuff.
my gosh.
So, guys, there's more to a gift than just a psychic medium,
Yeah.
a clairvoyant,
Yeah.
someone who does cards. And I have this gift that a lot of people have never seen.
Yeah, we can see that. So,
That's so amazing.
So,
well, thank you for what you're doing. We really
Yeah.
appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Thank you for sharing with us. Holy
Yeah.
cow.
and and that was Liam. That was Liam Graham.
Oh,
That was
wow.
who was in my backyard.
Gotcha.
And
Yeah.
I'll get those pictures to you.
Yeah.
That sounds
Put them
good.
up there.
We can add them in the into the post.
Yeah.
Awesome.
All right. Well, Mary, this has been
Thanks.
wonderful. Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so
I know that
much.
we're tearing you away from a lot of people in your booth. That you got a line up there, so we're gonna.
Uh-oh.
I did yesterday.
I know.
Oh my
I know.
goodness. Oh
So-
wow.
So thank you so much for coming on and
Thanks.
talking to us about this because this is mind blowing.
Yeah,
So cool.
I mean,
So
nobody
fascinating.
believes that somebody, and I don't know how to edit. I don't. I'm like tech challenge. So thank you guys for having me.
No, thanks for
Oh,
coming.
this
Yeah.
is great.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
You want to close it out?
No, you do. You're better at that.
Well, we have been broadcasting to you live on New Reality TV. We now return you back to regularly scheduled programs already in progress. Thanks for joining us.
So did I?